Chainsaw Man, Mob Psycho, Spy Family, Bleach.
Long ago, the four
Fall anime.
lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when
Bocchi the Rock
attacked.
That metaphor doesn't really make any sense, but I just thought of the 4 big anime airing this season and like the 4 nations in Avatar. Sorry. But yeah, the fall anime season is in full swing, and anime fans everywhere have a treasure trove of great shows to watch. No matter what you like, there's bound to be something good that's airing right now. It's almost like being Drake in a Fortnite lobby. There's just so much to choose from. As I already mentioned, the biggest shows airing this season are Chainsaw Man, Mob Psycho Season 3, Spy Family Part 2, and Bleach. And when I say biggest, I mean the ones that have had the most hype surrounding them and have the highest relative popularity, according to my anime list at least. Chances are, if you're an anime fan, you are probably excited for at least one of these shows to drop, if not multiple. I'm sure I don't need to tell you about the swarm of fans waiting for Chainsaw Man to drop. Like, if there was a public live screening event for the first episode, I bet people would be lining up around the block like it was a Star Wars movie. And for good reason too. The manga was really good, and so far the show is pretty good too. In fact, all of the shows I mentioned are good. You should watch them. But y'all know me, I like to stir things up a bit, keep things fresh, gas up the underdogs. So with that being said, all of these fall anime are dog shit, and this is what you should watch instead. So, y'all like that Spy Family, right? That Anya, she's such good meme material, and hubba hubba, that Yor is quite the waifu. But if you want a different slice of life-esque experience with lovable characters and quality production, I recommend watching Bocchi the Rock.
ぼっちです現実は怖いでもこれから楽しいことがたくさん待っている気がする
Do y'all know K-On? I mean, it's only like one of the most popular anime of all time ever, and guess what? We have a new K-On! Featuring all new human disasters and all new J-Rock music. How exciting. The show follows a young guitarist named Hitori who has dreams of being in a rock band to help her break out of her uwu shy girl persona. As you can imagine, she meets some equally colorful characters as her bandmates, as well as at the live house that their band plays at. Will they be able to gel as a band? Will Hitori gain some self-confidence? Will there be Yuri? Who knows? Watch it and find out. But for real though, the show looks great, there's a dope art style, and I know I'm giving light details on the plot as to not spoil, but that's all fun as well. I love the humor and the animation direction, and like I said, if you're a big fan of K-On! Or like Zombieland Saga, or like Sound Euphonium, or Big Time Rush, you'll like this show. Fun fact, the characters in the show are based off members of the band Asian Kung Fu Generation, which if you're any anime fan worth their salt, you should know them from the numerous iconic anime openings they've done over the years. They use the band members' family names as well as their corresponding instruments. It's a cool little touch, and it's a great nod to the band that gave us Haruka Kanata. But hey, you know what else Spy Family has that people like? Guns. And cute girls using guns, and cute girls doing violent things. Anime fans have strange tastes. And if you like all of that, you should check out Akiba Maid War. Since we mentioned K-On!, you know how that's like the quintessential cute girls doing cute things show? Well, Akiba Maid War is like that, except it's cute girls doing violent criminal things. But that doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well, unfortunately. Again, I don't want to give too much away beyond the premise, because y'all complain I spoil too much, but Akiba Maid War is kind of like Maid-sama meets Kakegurui meets Love Live, I guess. Plus the Yakuza game series. Does that make sense? It's about a girl named Nagomi who dreams of becoming a maid, which, what young girl out there can't relate to that ambitious dream? She, of course, heads to Akihabara to join a maid cafe and live out her dream and experience the joy-filled life of a maid. As you can imagine, everything but that happens. And that's all I'll say. I don't know if that'll be enough of a sell for you guys to go watch, but I highly recommend it. It's fun, it's insane, it's pulse pounding. You like getting your pulse pounded, right? Now, another show y'all might be watching is Mob Psycho 100, one of my personal favorite shows of all time. And you know what Mob has a lot of? Quirky coming-of-age stories with elements of romance. You know what else is a quirky coming-of-age story with elements of romance? Romantic Killer. Well, it has more than just elements of romance. That's kind of the whole thing. Because the most relatable coming-of-age experience is being deprived of the things that bring you happiness while also being forced to interact with members of BTS. Look, I think it's safe to assume if you're watching this video that you like anime, right? And if you like anime, it's probably also safe to assume you're a huge loser who can't talk to people, right? Well, Romantic Killer is the show for you. Especially if you happen to be a cute girl, which, I mean, I guess it's possible. The show follows Anzu Hoshino, a girl with 3 simple needs in life: chocolate, her cat, and video games. She has no interest for silly things like boys or looking pretty, you know, typical girl stuff. That is, until this weird mascot thing that they'll probably sell plushies of shows up in her room to give her the world of romance that she's been missing out on. It's the classic setup of Japan's birth rate is declining, so we need you youngsters to start fucking. And just like that, Anzu's world is turned into a shoujo paradise with a bunch of hot Japanese boys. However, Anzu vows not to fall in love and styles herself as the romantic killer. Shenanigans ensue. This show was like an out of left field hit for me. It's like a Netflix original based on a manga, but I had never heard of it before, so once I saw it on Netflix, I was like, oh nice, another terrible, embarrassing Netflix original anime. Can't wait to watch it. And it turns out it's pretty damn great. The humor is the main sell of this, and there's a lot of great like physical comedy and goofy expressions coming from our main girl, and a lot of tongue-in-cheek dialogue and references. Similarly to Bocchi the Rock, the animation is also a big selling point here as well. The show looks great, and the art style really stands out with like the bold line work and creative visual gags. Oh, and the real best part is that the one and only Rie Takahashi voices the protagonist. Honestly, she makes the entire show because she gives like 200% on the vocal delivery. I mean, you'll hear her entire vocal acting range in this show. It truly must be an actor's dream to do such a dynamic role like this, you know? It's kind of like Heath Ledger doing the Joker in The Dark Knight, or like Miley Cyrus playing Hannah Montana. Y'all remember that. And as is Netflix tradition, for better or worse, the whole season is out on there now if you want to check it out, which I recommend you should. Of course, all of this romance and cute girl hijinks is cool and all, but I know weebs like their hardcore action and blockbuster cinematics, right? We want to be like those Western Marvel films so people will take our Japanese cartoons seriously. Well, that's why this fall season has stuff like Bleach and Chainsaw Man, right? 2 action-adventure shows with a big budget and an even bigger hype train following them. But you know what's even better than bankais and girls that don't flush? Giant robots. Yep, the fall anime season wouldn't be complete without at least one entry from anime's most classic and storied trope, mechas. That's why I recommend checking out Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury. This show is like the 300 millionth entry in Studio Sunrise's never-ending Gundam anime catalog, which I'm just gonna say straight up, I don't give a fuck about Gundam. I watched the original Mobile Suit Gundam in the 70s or 80s, whenever it was, and I watched some random entries from the 2000s on and off, and of course I watched Iron-Blooded Orphans because it came from the team that worked on Toradora and Anohana, and I mean, I liked everything I saw, but you know, I wouldn't say I'm anything close to a die-hard Gundam fan. And chances are, despite the franchise's colossal popularity, you probably aren't a Gundam fan either. So why should you give a fuck? Because it's a good show, duh. That's kind of the point of this video. That's actually the whole point of this channel, actually. When have I ever recommended a bad series to you guys? Don't answer that. Luckily for you non-Gundam fans, this show, like many of the other shows in this franchise, is completely standalone. You don't have to know a single thing about Gundam. You don't need to have watched Iron-Blooded Orphans or anything else. You can just hop right in. The show takes place in the distant future where humanity is beginning to colonize the stars. However, it was quickly realized that human bodies are too fragile for the unforgiving environment of outer space, so a system called Gund was developed to make humanity more adaptable. It's then that a company called Ox Earth or Och's Earth or Och or something. They acquire the gun system and use it in conjunction with the mobile suits, aka the big mechs that they sell a lot of merchandise for. The story follows a young girl named Erich Samaya who lives on a dope asteroid base with her parents who work on the gun system. Things seem nice and peaceful, but I'm sure you can guess that that doesn't last long. I'll just leave it at that because that's literally just the prologue episode. The show itself is absolutely fantastic and you should definitely check it out on your own. There are incredible action-packed mech fights. Like, I mean, come on, even if you don't care about mech anime, this looks incredible, no? And there's a great cast with a lovable lead character and a banger soundtrack. Jesus, it feels like some Trigger Gynax shit with the choir and orchestral music cues that they use in the show. Again, it's an amazing show if you want something that feels cinematic and larger than life and that has that old school sci-fi anime feel and, you know, not all this otaku pandering goofy bullshit that's in a lot of anime these days, watch The Witch from Mercury. But honestly, you should watch all of these shows. Like I said, they're all very good and at the very least, you'll have fun watching them and, you know, isn't that all we can ask for in our Japanese cartoons? So yeah, these are the real best anime of the fall season. Everything else is mid and trash. Get better taste, you bum. Be a real cultured anime fan like me. No, I'm playing. Watch whatever the fuck you want. There's a lot of great shows airing right now. You know, it's a good time to be an anime fan. But it's also a good time to be the homie Damian fan because I'm the homie Damian, by the way. I'm releasing a bunch more content before the end of the year. If you haven't noticed yet, I'm switching up the content on my channel to be more tailored to the stuff I actually care about and want to talk about. I've been kind of going for the quality over quantity approach for videos, you know, for a while now, but I'm gonna step it up a bit because I know you guys have been asking for more frequent uploads. But my priority is still going to be making videos I'm proud of first and foremost and about stuff that I actually care about regardless of how long it takes. So hopefully you guys are as excited about new content as I am, so subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when it all comes out and leave a like on this video so I know that someone out there watched it and comment below what you think about the fall season so far. Alright, that's the video. Peace.